We will know that this program is the first one of NMT in the Southeast Asia. So, could you share the reason why you have chosen PVU for your partner and what are your expectations for this cooperation?
Well, the first part of that question is really easy. We were looking for a partner that was really, really, really good at petroleum engineering, right? New Mexico Tech is one of the best petroleum engineering institutions in the United States, and we were looking for a partner in Southeast Asia that was the same thing, right? We wanted to partner with somebody that was fantastic, that we knew had great students, that we had had a bit of contact with in the past, and that we knew that we could grow together. We're both, you know, in our countries, PVU is super important to your entire country, right? It's a petroleum university that just handles way more than just the university. You're spread out everywhere, right? And here in the States, New Mexico Tech is kind of the same way. We have our little fingers, in everywhere in all the petroleum industry around New Mexico. So it's just a good fit for us. We also, in the past, have had some PVU students and some PVU faculty here on campus. And it turns out you have amazing students, just fantastic students, and why wouldn't we want to share in that, right? That way we can have amazing students from PVU come here. We can have amazing students from New Mexico Tech come there. We can have all of our faculty, work together on projects. It just makes sense. Just makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I guess for the second part, our expectations are we want to create a great joint program that is here many, many, many years after I'm gone, after you're gone, after we're retired and living the good life on retirement. And that our students and that our staff are still carrying on and doing this great program that is important to both of us and is important to the rest of the world. Coming up with new technologies, coming up with many, many different new research papers, research ideas, thesis and dissertations, and all those things. We expect the PVU students to be amazing, and they already are. And we expect the collaboration between both of us to get stronger and stronger, and for us to help make petroleum around the world easier to get, more affordable for everybody, and to give it a good name around the world.
Thank you, Dr. Michael. And could you also tell me what supports that the student of this program can get from NMT during their study in the USA?
Well, let's start with what I do for the students. I'm Director of Student Affairs here at New Mexico Tech, and I'm also in charge of international programs. So anytime from an international student applying to come to New Mexico Tech to finishing up their very last day at work here at Tech, their research, I'm involved with them. I see them on a regular basis. I talk to them. I pick them up at the airport personally. I drive to the airport at midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I meet our students when they arrive at the airport. Uh, I think it's important for myself and my staff to show support to all students, but especially to our international students, right? Sometimes they're traveling from home for the very first time. Not even necessarily it's the first time out of their home country, or maybe even sometimes out of their home city, right? So we like to be able to help show them support, and there's nothing you can do better than that, than walking up to them, smiling, shaking their hand, introducing yourself, and start making friends right away, right? That's the kind of support that I start out with. Once they're here, we help them get registered for their classes, obviously. And then we help them with all the other things that go along with their academics. We point them towards the direction they may want to take for their research. We help them with resources. Say they're struggling with a class and need some extra help. We find somebody to give them that extra help. Say they are doing their research and suddenly it just isn't making sense, or they no longer like that research. What do? We're not going to turn around and send everybody back home, right?
something. Yeah,
Oh,
I see. Yeah.
so we're gonna help guide the students and guide the faculty to make sure that they have a great working relationship. For most of our students, research is vitally important to them. And to PVU students, it's going to be incredibly important to them because it's incredibly important to PVU. It's incredibly important to their home country of Vietnam. So we want to make sure that while they're here in the US, they're working towards the goals that they want to have. They're working towards the goals that PVU has set for them, and they're working to make their family happy and proud. So we offer them just about as much support as we possibly can. We have student events where we invite the students into our office for meals. We have big parties for everybody, during the summer. We have free movie nights, just all kinds of that little fun stuff that helps people get accustomed to being here in the US and certainly here in Socorro. Most of your students come from larger cities, and they move here to Socorro, which is a small city, 8,000 people, right? That is very small. So we help everybody get into the transition of being able to move from their home country, their home city, to a smaller city like Socorro. And either you froze or I froze.
And to know that, now we have a group of the first intake students studying in PVU. So could you give some advices? What should they prepare for the second phase in NMT?
First off, they should really, really concentrate on having their math skills really good, really high and tight, really high-end math skills. They should also practice their English any chance they get. Does their English have to be perfect? No, my English isn't even perfect. So theirs doesn't have to be perfect either, but they should practice every chance they get, because they're going to be not only taking their classes in English, but they're going to be writing for publications in English. They're going to be doing poster presentations in English. They're going to be presenting their research in English. So we want to make sure that they do as much of that practice as possible. Another thing they should do is they should definitely reach out to me, because what I'm going to do then is I'm going to put them in contact with Vietnamese students that are already here on campus. So we're going to help them find a mentor or a friend that's already here to give them somebody to talk to that helps them with, the settling in and the new things that are going to come along with being a student here at New Mexico Tech. They should get used to participating in class. Our faculty members, they really love to have the students participate. Our faculty members will ask the students a question, and they hoping that the students will answer that question. Whether they know the answer or not, it's more of a collaboration between the faculty member and between the students. They're going to need to learn to work together on projects. So the sooner they can start doing that, the better they're going to be. But other than that, your PVU students already have an amazing education. So they're going to be very well prepared. They're going to be successful. Even if they do none of those things, they'll probably be successful. But if they start to do some of those other things to prepare, it's going to make their lives a lot easier. They're going to be a lot more prepared, and it's going to make everything easier for them here at New Mexico Tech. And they can concentrate on the research and getting their degree programs done and finished. What else should they prepare? I know a good one here is almost all of our international students learn to drive here in New Mexico Tech. So they've never driven in their home countries before. And I've been in Vietnam into several places, and I would be scared to death to drive in some of the traffic that you all have there. So a lot of our international students, they come here to practice and learn how to drive. Our campus police department helps our students get with their driving test. So there's all kinds of these great little fun things they get to do once they're here, and they get to practice. So they should kind of make a list of the things that they want to do once they're here in the US, and we'll be able to help them get those done.
Thank you very much for sharing your information, Michael. That is very informative. And now I wish you a very nice and effective working week. Thank you and goodbye.